Question. Check in the chat. Can you hear me talk? Let's just do a quick check.
Mic check 1 2. What am I doing right
All right,
now?
everybody. Assuming that the microphone is working, we are off to the races here in our round 1 feature match of another Friday Night Magic tournament from Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. On the right, we've got Alec Myers. He's playing a Naya Planeswalkers deck, so like a mid-range strategy with all of the expected super friends in the form of Domri, Xenagos, Speak of the Devil, as well as Elspeth. His opponent, who drove him here, is Nick Reid, who's playing Mono Green Devotion. He's got the combo already in play, as we see a Nykthos and a Voyaging Satyr is going to need some more devotion before that that can really start doing some work. But you can just play use your Satyr as a mana dork and cast a turn 4 5/5, turn 3 5/5.
Yeah.
You can come in. I got extra
come
chat.
in, I mean, unless you don't want, because I'm in here, you don't want to be in here.
My name, as
Kind of the way
always,
that you
is
said
Zachary Evans. I'm joined by the round 1 by the local legend Adam Vickers and Scotty. I've got other plans tonight, right? Who's here just for a little while as we see Alec slam down a Brimaz. We're debating this as Xenagos activation here. I guess you can make 3 mana if you want to, which he does.
That's not too shabby.
Pop out a quick Domri. Let's go ahead and, what do you want to do here? You want to fight your Brimaz versus the Voyaging?
I think he got a Storm Breath Dragon off the Domri.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Not a gum guy.
Okay.
So Nick is up against it here. He is playing a deck that can't really answer Planeswalkers that well, except through the attack step, and is facing down a board state which he can almost never attack into the current Planeswalkers.
Bramble Crush in the sideboard, maybe?
It's a feasible one, or
That's your answer to Planeswalkers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Heavy Needle.
the only other mono green devotion deck that we've seen, one of the gentlemen from Huntington that comes sometimes, I forget his name, but he would run those in the sideboard for the exact same situation. Also, Sylvan Primordial. So we do serve in with Pelucranos. That gets chunked by a Satyr token. A lot of glare there at the bottom of the screen, so I apologize for that. Alec going to go ahead and tap 5. That was a pump fake. So we've got a Brimaz. We've got a Caryatid. We've got 2 Planeswalker buddies. There's a Scavenging Ooze. Tick up Xenagos, make 3 mana, tap for 5 Xenagod. It is active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use Domri to fight the Pelucranos. Use the trigger on Brimaz. Make a token. Good grief. That's a very good turn for Alec. We do get to see the interaction of the 2 Scavenging Oozes. Nick can't really, because Alec has left up his Caryatid. If Nick, it's just whoever acts first is going to get boned. Well, I guess no, Nick can sink 2 green into it to gain 1 life and make his Ooze a 3/3. But, I mean, what does Nick need here to get out of this? Overloaded Mortars? Does this deck even play? He said it was mono green devotion, but there's clearly a stomping ground there. What would the green...
Or is it the Temple?
It's a temple, so maybe just for the scry.
But you wouldn't be able to cast the mortars. I mean, overloaded. I mean, you could take up the Brimaz, but...
So we're going to activate a Nykthos, chain into another Nykthos, cast... What is that
The
thing?
new Hydra. The one that is like the Chameleon Colossus.
Do you know what it is called?
Is
it
Hydra scooped by card, so it doesn't matter.
Broodmaster?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let's take a quick look at that in just a second, but right now we want to
Maybe I was wrong. I don't think that's...
It's it. We do want to thank the fine
never
folks here
mind.
at Lost Legion Games and Comics for hosting FNM each and every week and letting us broadcast it to you guys all around the world. So if you're ever in the greater West Virginia area, they have 4 locations, so stop in and support the store that supports the stream. Also, I want to give a shout out to inkedplaymats.com. You see their logo in the bottom left of the custom playmat that they hooked us up with. If you want your own custom single or double playmat, custom dice bags, and even custom sleeves now, as well as other awesome playmats for as low as $10. check them out over at inkedplaymats.com. Make sure to follow them on Twitter, and if you do order for something from there, make sure you tell them we sent you. And then finally, we encourage you to support your local game store, but obviously you can't find every card you need in your local display case. And when that happens, head over to affinityforcards.com for some of the lowest sale prices on the internet. affinityforcards.com, also on TCG Player. Also vending at a PTQ or Star City event near you this summer. We will be at the West Virginia PTQ, which is this Sunday, May 11th, in Flatwoods, West Virginia. Star City Spring State in West Virginia, in Charleston on the 17th. That's a week from tomorrow. Comic Town PTQ in Columbus on May the 24th. And the, I believe, the Fort Wayne, Indiana PTQ on the last summer.
We're just, oops, I goofed. You got me.
One guy posted this week, I wish these guys played at my FNM, I'd win every Friday, and I just responded with, you're the coolest. Alright, so I'm going to cut that so you didn't hear the joke. So that only, that's your penalty for not watching live, is you don't get that
But you
joke.
could also say, why don't you come down here and prove it? You'd be the feature match every time on the stream.
So Alec goes turn 1 Elvish Mystic into turn 2 Domri. Meanwhile, Nick chains a Scavenging Ooze into a Courser of Krufik. So both these guys cooking with gas here. Tick Domri up. Whiff again. I think he whiffed off the first activation too, but as we all know, Alec plays at a speed which is incomparable to normal humans. So it's difficult. So, draw the ooze, reveal a Voyaging Satyr on top. Play another Scavenging Ooze right into the glare. Oh, as if on cue, Nick's scooting it over to a more viewable area. So that Domri not doing much work here as far as actually drawing cards, but Alec can just play this as a Domri game where he can just like sit behind this wall of creatures.
Or sit behind that.
Well, that one makes 3 more creatures. You tap 2 to make 3 more. And then next turn, in 2 turns, Domri goes lethal, and you can't beat that emblem. No. There's a Seven Primordial, so what can we do here? We obviously don't have a Nick, though, so he would have played it at this point. 1, 2, 3. So just the 4 mana.
Whenever the Temple Garden's a 4.
Yeah, this Mono Green Devotion has a lot of red and white mana sources.
Maybe Banishing Light?
I think he has some red sideboard cards. I think there's Destructive Revelry.
But what's
the white?
for?
Yeah.
What would you need
Because it's a Temple Garden, not a Temple of something. It's a Temple of Gardens that he can't scry with.
He can't.
It's the only temple you can't scry with. That's legal and standard.
I was going to say Eldrazi Temple.
I know, and Temple of the False Gods, and that's why I said standard.
Well, I'm just trolling you live, so that we don't have to wait for the comments. Technically, Adam.
Technically, there are a lot of them.
Oh, you remember that week that Rick played the Realm Right, and then, I don't know if you remember that, he was playing Realm Rights in his mono blue deck, so he cast a Nightveil Spectre. He cast a Frostburn Word and a Nightveil Spectre off of a mana base that had a Mutavault in it. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
I thought it was a fun innovation. Yeah. And then, there were so many people who were just like, he can't cast a Frostburn with a Mutavault.
And then he can't. Ooh,
like,
I bet they were surprised about the second one. Nightveil. Get there.
Well, we'll go ahead and retroactively talk crap about all the people in the stream. Meanwhile, Alec is just going to play every good card in Magic. He has a Domri on 7. He has an Elspeth on 6. He has a Xenagod, which is not active, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Short 1, so we can't Domri fight anything. We wouldn't want to Domri fight anything. I guess at this point, Nick's only out is to draw that Sylvan Caryatid and there be a Nykthos on top. Uh-oh. It was a Voyaging Satyr. I like the way he did that, though. It was a very, very smooth mechanic.
Yeah,
he did the draw and flip to my Voyaging Satyr. So, Alec's new deck
really don't want to play against it.
Looks pretty good. You know what your mono black deck is hoping for? A reprint of Vampire Hexmage real quick.
Or Snapcaster Mage.
Alright, we got half hour left. I'm going to go find another...